change out the rear tail light lenses, right? And he says, until I do that, I put red tape over it, but the turn signals don't work. He says, oh, we got to add a trailer light switch to the issue. That way you have turn signals. And that said it was legal. It's legal. But he didn't. He told me tonight that they put a Ford Ranger module in the dash that controls the tail lights.
So
hazards work, but the turn signals don't.
Did you replace the turn signal switch?
No.
Okay. And I assume you checked all the fuses. Is that correct?
Yes. And I don't want to sit there. I'm trying to put everything back to original status. I don't want to sit there and splice more wires, make more stress for the computer in it, or have to rewire stuff, take stuff out to rewire it just to get turn signals, just where I can drive.
Right.
You know, everything's been misleading from the time I got it. You know, and I'm wanting the professionals' help to see what's the cheapest way to go about it, but I want to do it right. If that makes sense.
So according to the diagram, you have look at this. So you have a turn flasher and you have a hazard flasher, and then you have a turn signal switch.
Okay.
So you have it looks like there's three separate, so two like hazard flashers, and then you got your turn signal switch. So
he told me that they pulled out the dash and replaced it with a Ford Ranger dash, and it had because nothing works on my dash, speedometer, odometer, nothing works on the dash. The only thing that lights up is the check engine, altimeter, or for the battery.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. So he says that needs to be replaced. So I got online to see if I could find out a module. I asked him, I said, with this is interchange? He goes, yeah, they interchange, but good luck finding one. I'm like, dude, if I'm going to get a second shift job, I can't drive this at nighttime like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think, let me ask you this, do you think that the dash night lighting up is related to your turn signals not working?
I know I bought it as is, but I asked him everything's running. He told me the bulb needs to be changed on one side. But, you know what I'm saying, one side works, but the hazards work on both sides.
Right.
The tail lights, like when I hit the brakes, they work on both sides.
Right.
He said there is no dual action bulbs in it.
Okay. Well, there's a couple things that you could do here. I suspect, according to the diagram, I suspect, your turn flasher or your multifunction switch is bad, provided we don't have any other complex wiring issues, which could be. So you could just simply replace these parts, right? And if you don't want to just randomly replace these parts, I completely understand. What you could do is you could... Go ahead.
Where would the switch be at? Would it be in the dash too?
I'm sure they're in the dash, yeah. Let's back up a little bit. You said the instrument, does the instrument cluster work?
Just when I get in there and I turn the key on, the check engine light comes on, the battery light comes on, there's a check engine light that comes on. That's it.
So the gauges don't work?
No.
Okay. Well, one diagram I'm showing here, and again, I don't know if this is related to the turn signals or not, but it would be worth just checking out. So there's a red wire with a yellow stripe that goes to your instrument cluster that powers it up. It comes from fuse number 7. Now, just because the fuse is good doesn't mean that this fuse has full battery voltage on it. And by the way, this...
Gotcha. So that wire could be bad.
Well, or, yeah, that is a possibility. Or that fuse gets power directly from the ignition switch. And maybe, we have a bad ignition switch causing low voltage to this circuit, or maybe the fuse panel is bad, causing no voltage on this circuit, and then that would affect the instrument cluster. So that's a possibility as well.
So what would be a quick fix to get to at least turn signals?
Well, you're gonna have to diagnose it because we don't know what's wrong. We don't know what part needs to be replaced. A quick fix, I would probably go find the turn flasher, because that's going to be all that is like a little mini relay. It's I think on this one it's probably going to be a round little dealy, and you probably unplug it and plug it right back in, plug the new one in. So other than replacing the turn signal switch that's on the steering column, which is probably going to be a lot more involved, the easiest thing I think would be, as long as the fuses are good, I would just replace that turn flasher and see if that does the trick.
Well, I'm going to diagnose it because I'm just you know, I'm about to get a second shift job, and I need to have at least where it's visible legal because the hand signal ain't gonna work at nighttime.
Yeah, I gotcha.
You know, and I appreciate your time. You know, I mean, this is just all because I told him I was gonna bring. He goes, we need to look over it. And I'm like, dude, what's there to look over? It runs. Everything's legal, right? He goes, oh no, you got this issue. And you didn't tell me this when I bought the truck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm a little 98 hot right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to process this because I'll be driving an hour's worth of work if I get this job. You know what I'm saying? Daytime won't be no problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be coming in early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And that's the key thing because I don't want a ticket. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing going stacking up against my license for faulty equipment.
Right.
A lot of this could have been discussed prior to me getting the vehicle.
Right. I gotcha.
You know, so I'm like, okay, so it runs, but it does run, but it's, you know, I'm just trying to figure it out if I need to get a separate switch for it, just run, you know, a 3-way toggle switch, you know what I'm saying, when I'm sitting at the red light, hold it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, when it turns a turn signal, or what, I don't want to go that route because I want to put it back to original form. I know I got to switch out the dash now. Didn't know this till now. I got to switch out the tail lights. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Know, originally, I've heard it was a V6. You know what I'm saying? But the 4-cylinder is more efficient, so I wouldn't complain about that.
Right.
I'm just trying to get it back to the point it is. It needs body work. I ain't worried about the body because, you know, I'm not good looking myself, so, you know what I'm saying?
I gotcha.
You know, but I'm just worried. Do you think I could do it like a little switch so I get it straightened out?
I mean, yeah, as long as you're able to wire in the right circuit, you know, you don't compromise any wires or overload the circuit. Yeah, why not?
Well, that's what I want to do. I've worked on cars before. I did troubleshooting. It's just I never had a Mazda before, so I was just going to ask. You know,
right?
I pretty much worked on anything that was 76 and before. You know, the best thing I ever worked on was a 51. You know. The wiring problem, it takes a few days just to evaluate, to diagnose before you make a step, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But things back then were simplified.
Yep.
And I ain't just worried about a fuse, I worry about the computer too. So I was wanting to ask questions before I step further into the matter.
Exactly. No, I got you. No, you're definitely asking the right questions, and I think you're headed in the right direction. How long has this been going on?
Well, I mean, I just bought the truck last week.
Oh, okay. All right.
I just got it legal. I got it street legal today, and tomorrow I was planning on burning up the road.
Okay.
But, you know, I live outside Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, and my home's about like 2 hours away, so I didn't want to drive that far with these issues and have to drive back at nighttime and really get pulled over or something.
Right, I gotcha. Yeah.
I mean, I could use the hand signals of the day, it wouldn't bother me.
But at night, it's a different story.
I'm blind as hell, you know, I don't want to my whiteness only shows up so far.
Right, exactly. Yep.
But I wanted to check in with you to get your acknowledgement, you know, because I don't go by one person. I try to fish a little bit.
Right.
Looking for what best suits my opinion. I'm just trying to figure out the most logical, and usually logical is a repeat source.
Yep.
So I'll be calling around, checking other people. You know, I'm listening to what you say, and I appreciate your time, sir. I really do. I mean, you've been straightforward. You haven't had no opinionated guess. You told me the straight basis of it, and I appreciate your time, sir.
You bet. You're welcome, my friend. Well, good luck, and let us know if anything comes up, okay?
I will. I'll get back with y'all.
All right. Sounds good.
Later.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.